Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. And this one is our Trippy Food Father's Day special. Now, we are joined by Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, who wants to say Happy Father's Day. You say Happy Father's Day? They're over there, Doodle. Doodle, they're over there. You say hi? No? You just want a snack, huh? You just want a snack. Yeah, that's okay. Doodle gave me a fine Father's Day present, and I'll share that with you in a second. There you go, dude. And off he goes. That's okay. So, before we start, I just want to say this is kind of all inclusive. I know a lot of people, Father's Day and even Mother's Day can be a rough day for some people because they feel like, oh, I don't have a mom, I don't have a father, or my father's a jerk, or my mom's whatever it happens to be. However, everybody had some sort of mom and some sort of dad at some point in time. If you have like two moms or two dads, or it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If your dad was I don't know, like a petri dish or a test tube, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So the fact is that you're here and we can share this with you. And so, happy Father's Day. So there we go. Hey, Julie's here already. Woohoo! Welcome, Jules. So who do we got in the room? We have 999. Let me try that in English this time. 999 squad. We have Tom, old guy Colorado. We have Julie. We have Jared Tierno. We have Miguel Rangel. We have Panama Red. We have Janice Yamanaka. And that's it for now. But this says we have 9 people, and that doesn't sound like 9 people. So the rest of the people aren't typing in the chat. So there we go. So again, I just want everybody to feel welcome. I just wanted to be inclusive. Like I said, I know it's a rough day for some people who, maybe don't have good relationships with their fathers, maybe don't even know their fathers, maybe they don't have a fathers, whatever. Maybe you're like me, where my mom had to be my father. My mom was both my mother and my father. So I don't mean that physically. I just mean that, she raised us and she had to teach us all the boy things. So she was our mother and father, whatever. So happy Father's Day to all of you, because at some point in time you had something like a father, even if it was, like I said, like a test tube. Whatever. Welcome very much. You can open them on stream if you want. Jules, I already opened them, but I will show them on the stream. So there you go. So again, because it's Father's Day, I guess I could do that now, or we'll just wait a couple minutes for some more people to come in. We have Adam Hev in the room. Welcome, Adam. Let's see who else. Ludwig is here. Welcome. Good to see you again, Ludwig. Glad you could join us. Father died earlier this year, so I have to buy myself presents. Yeah, that's a rough thing too. I know a lot of people whose fathers have died this year or over the last year, and it's always a rough one. Father's Day is always kind of a rough one when your father passes on like that. So I mean, not always, again, but still, it's a big thing. Like Father's Day was never a big thing for me as growing up because my father wasn't around really much. So Father's Day wasn't really that big a thing. Now, logistics wise, I did notice that the screen is flashing again. So let's see how long that lasts and how we do. It's not as bad as it has been in the past, but every once in a while you see that kind of flash and it's annoying, and we're just going to have to deal with it, I think. We're at Friendly's taking Chris for Father's Day Sunday. Wow, you're having a Sunday on Sunday. Are you having a Sunday? I mean, that would be appropriate, right? I'm going to move this just a little bit so it's not cutting the top of my head off, I think. Yeah, that's good. There we go. So I kind of called it a Father's Day episode because we have a few items that are kind of like father themed, although really there's only 3 of them. And but I just, I could have gone all out and found stuff, but whatever. So there we go. I'm having a Logs Day. Is a Logs Day a beverage, Ludwig? Ludwig. Okay, so it's kind of like I'm wondering if your name is actually spelled that way, Ludwig, or you're just saying Ludwig, so you're adding the Lud in there, the Lewd, and it's a play on words or a name, or it's just Ludwig. So either way, there we go. Oh, let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't see any flashing. Well, good, excellent. I mean, I just saw one just there. So if it's only me seeing it, more power to you. Hey, happy Father's Day to you as well, John, in some manner, or it's a play on words. That's what I thought. So, I didn't want to be insulting, like insult the way you spell your name if it wasn't, but it just sounded like that to me. So glad I don't have to publicly apologize, but I would have. So there we go. How are you, John King? How are things for you, John King? Good to see you again. Let me see. Before you even ask, let's see if I can guess what you are drinking. You are drinking a Mickey's. That's my guess. You're drinking a Mickey's. See the flashing. It's not as bad as on the other stream. I agree with you, Janice. And I don't really want to like reboot or change everything or whatever. We're just kind of, as long as it's kind of mildly annoying, we're just going to have to deal with it. So there we go. Please keep your raincoat closed, Val. Not that kind of flashing. There we go. All right, so we do have some father-themed treats. Now, ironically, our adult beverage and our soft drink both have like father names to them. So I can show them to you. So here is our adult beverage. This is Not Your Father's root beer. And then our soft drink is Dad's root beer. So there's two root beers. One is your father's root beer and one isn't your father's root beer. So I thought that was kind of funny. So that's just me. Maybe we'll do things a little bit differently today. And maybe what we'll do is first we'll do our adult beverage like we always do. Then we'll do our soft drink like next, and we'll get the beverages out of the way. And then the next thing we'll do is our Father's Day themed snack, the only one we could find. So there we go. I don't think my father had a root beer. Well, then Not Your Father's root beer would be this one. This would be your father's. Fun facts: Richard Nixon's favorite snack was cottage cheese with ketchup. Oh, I'm trying to think. Maybe it's not cottage cheese. Maybe it's scrambled eggs. But I think Gerald Ford, who was Nixon's vice president and then president after Nixon resigned, I believe he used to put ketchup on scrambled eggs, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. That happens sometimes. And I'm willing to admit when it does. George H.W. Bush thought about having Clint Eastwood as his running mate. Like once that should we have like an actor or somebody as president? Once Reagan broke that stigma or whatever, then all bets were off. So like Trump was a actor, I suppose, if you want to say actor, a media TV personality, whatever. So like I said, once they elected Reagan, all bets were off. So people talk about, The Rock is might run for president. Okay, no big deal. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not saying his name right. Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is he's talked about running for president, and he actually said he would run for president if he legally could, but because he was born in Austria, I want to say, he can't. But he's talked about it. Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura was a wrestler and also a media personality, and he was if I'm not mistaken, the governor of Minnesota. I want to say Minnesota. Could be wrong. So like I said, once Reagan broke that. Well, actually, it goes farther back than that because Reagan was the governor of California. So it goes even farther back than that. And then, so now it's like, you want to do a media personality or a YouTuber? No big deal. Should I run for president? What do you think? I think I'm too old. Jesse Ventura was also a Navy SEAL. Oh, well, I didn't know that. Fun facts, there are no roads in the city of London. There are no roads in the city of London. There are no roads because there's streets. And is this kind of like a catch-all? Fun fact, there are no roads in the city of London. I know there's streets in the city of London because I've been on them. Ludwig, you're going to have to explain that one. Or like what the catch is as to why there's no roads. My guess is there's no roads because there's streets. But yes, streets and lanes, but no roads. There we go. That makes perfect sense. Sipping on an ice cold 211 Steel Reserve. I've not had one of those. I should at some point in time. Val, you should run for president. I don't know. I mean, I have 5,500 subscribers. I mean, who's going to vote for me for president? I mean, even if all 5,500, it'll be like 0.0000001% of the vote. So there we go. I was correct. John King, you are drinking a Mickey's. Wow. Good. Happy Father's Day to me. All righty. So let's see. What are we doing for time-wise? Typical stuff. Well, that is cool, John. I don't always get it right, but it's worth celebrating when I do. All right, I'm just going to turn the phone down here so it doesn't ring in the middle of us having fun. Are you having fun? I'm having fun. I'm having fun and you're having fun. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to need plastic surgery to wipe the smiles off our faces. I'm not going to elaborate on that one. So, having heart, I'm going hard today and having ice cold water. You know what? Sometimes, like when it's like 90 degrees out, ice cold water is just what the doctor ordered. I'm going to do this because I'm getting a reflection on the glasses, and it might not be driving you nuts, but it's driving me nuts. So I'm going to switch my glasses here. I can find out what I did with the other ones. Oh, here they are. I'm going to switch these out only because the other ones are non-glare, and so hopefully they're not going to be reflecting light. And like I said, maybe it was okay with you guys, but it was driving me nuts. So let's see. Much better. Yeah, I like that better. There we go. And in weird news, a U-Haul trailer in Idaho was returned 14 years late. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to return a U-Haul 14 years late, that's going to be pretty expensive because, I mean, like the longer you keep it, the more the charges add up. I wonder, did they waive that? Did they waive the charges? And how did they not find that? How did they not? I guess when you're saying a U-Haul trailer, you're not talking about like the big van, like the big trucks. You're talking about the thing that attaches to the back of your car. But still, I can't imagine that they didn't turn it back in and U-Haul goes, oh, I guess we just lost it, and they didn't start looking for it. So there we go. Fun fact, the planet which is closest to Earth on average is Mercury. Because of its orbit, I imagine, because I think Mercury has a different orbit than most of the other planets have the same orbit around the sun that Earth does. But I think there's a couple of planets, and I think Mercury is one of them, if I'm not mistaken, that has a different orbit, which kind of brings it closer sometimes. So that's what I'm thinking. The flickering is quite annoying. I know, John, it is. But again, if I try to do something about that, if I try to, change things up, how about, let's see, maybe I downloaded a program that allows you, Logitech G Hub. That's what it was, G Hub. I'm going to try to see if I can, because there was a setting you can change in there, and it was supposed to help. Let's see if it does. Bear with me 1 second. Firmware is up to date. I don't care. Desktop default. I don't care. Desktop YouTube. Desktop YouTube is now active. Let's see if that makes a difference. I'm just gonna minimize that. Let's see if that makes a difference. It got brighter. I seem to have gotten brighter. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because it seems to me it got a little bit brighter. Ooh, did that fix it? That looks like it fixed it. Cool. Happy Father's Day to me. It's gone, right? Just me? It's gone? It's back. All right. We'll have to try something else. All right. Sorry about that. It's 26C and thundering. 26C. My math skills are not great. I know that 100C is the equivalent of 212F because 212F is boiling point of water. So 100C is the boiling point of water. And I know that 32F is freezing point of water and 0C is the freezing point of water. So that's how that scale works. But you have to know math and all that stuff. And it was almost $200,000 in fees. Did they actually pay that? Wow. It's 104 down here in South Texas. It's supposed to be warm here this week too. It's supposed to be in the upper 80s, close to 90. I don't like the summer. I'm not a big fan of it. So there we go. Buzz Lightyear is here. Welcome, Buzz, to infinity and beyond. Jump up and down right now. When the thing is going? Or put my hands in the air like I just don't care. All right, so it is like 1:14. We should probably get started. So I'm going to do what I said is basically I'm going to start with my adult beverage, and then I'm going to go right into the soft drink, and then we're going to do our only snack that's dad or father themed. Right? But before we do that, so Julie sent me some delightful gifts, which she always does for Father's Day, and I'm going to share them with you right now. So here's the first one, and the first one is Funko character, and this is. Does anyone recognize it? Does anyone recognize this guy? Put in the chat right now if you know who this guy is, who you recognize this guy. And they're calling him. He's a product mascot, and they're just calling him the blank man. Yes, Miguel, you are absolutely correct. It is the Tapatio man. The Tapatio man. So he joins. Hang on a second. I'm glad you mentioned that, Tom. He is the Tapatio man. What does it have to be hot for? Teacher? I got it back, got it back, got it back. Uh-oh, there was a hole there that kept him on there. And now it's closed up. How is that possible? Let's put him over here so you guys can, he can keep an eye on our snacks. There we go. And so he also joins, and also these were gifts from Julie. He also joins Big Boy. So Big Boy is from Bob's Big Boy, which is the hamburger joint, the ones that invented the double-decker hamburger, which now we know as the Big Mac, which is a double-decker hamburger. It was invented at Bob's Big Boy, which opened sometime in the 1940s, I believe, in Glendale, California. The oldest one is in Burbank, California. It was opened in 1949, but it's the oldest remaining Bob's Big Boy. We did an episode there. We did one with Matt from Reckless Eating, and we did also an episode on Reckless Eating. So Matt got the chicken, and I got the Big Boy, and so this is Bob's Big Boy. Oh, this is Big Boy, and this was also a gift from Julie. I'll put him up there too, and hopefully this thing doesn't fall over and all these things break. Let's see, put him somewhere where you can see him. And Spam Man. Now, some people might say, well, how do you know his name is Spam Man? Because I met him. I met Spam Man. And I met Spam Man at Spam Jam in Honolulu, Hawaii. So when we were in Hawaii, in Honolulu, they were having the Spam Jam, which is kind of a big festival. There's live music. There's, spam-themed stuff. And sort of like Spamorama in Austin, Texas. I think the last Spamorama in Austin, Texas was 2009, and then they went away. But my understanding is it's back now. And I think last year they did Spamorama in Austin, Texas. We're going to have to get out there. We're going to have to actually do an episode on Spamorama. Val, eat 4 gallons of maggot cheese. Do you realize what it would take to make 4 gallons of maggot cheese? I've already eaten maggot cheese, so I think, I can say done that, been there. I can't eat 4 gallons of anything. I'm not a competitive eater, and I don't think my stomach will hold 4 gallons of absolutely anything. So I don't know that could happen, John. But thank you for suggesting it. Put him on Tapatio. Spam on Tapatio. You should put Tapatio on Spam. But either way. But those were gifts from Julie, and this year's gift is Tapatio Man. So there we go. Did you see the McDonald's released a new Game Boy game? I didn't even know that they still had games for Game Boy. I didn't know the Game Boy was still a thing. So my mom said that Bob's Big Boy is a collector's item. It probably is. Oh, hey, Josh D. G&D Music is Josh D. So welcome, everybody. Josh, I don't remember if you've been in the chat or on the live stream before, but either way, welcome. Good to see you. Glad you could join us. And I don't know if that's the case or not. All I know, it was a gift from Julie, and I love it. And so, just hanging on to it. So no chance of putting that on eBay quite yet. I have before. It's Dallas. Oh, wait. Hang on. Enter Spam. That's funny. So Josh is answering somebody about being Dallas's uncle, but so if you guys know Dallas, DJ, I call him DJ. He's my grandson. He's been on a few of the episodes. I don't think we had him a lot on live stream ones too. So Josh is his uncle, is one of his uncles. So there we go. So hi, Josh. I'm glad you could join us. Alrighty, and the other one that Julie gave me, and I love this. This is going to be cool. So and I will tell you what I'm going to do with this in a second. So this little box. This is, where's the little thing that says what it was? There's a name for it, and I don't want to get that. No, that's Funko. MIDI International Snack Box. So it's sort of like the Turkish box that we did before, but this is an international snack box. So it's full of goodies, international goodies. And as you can see there, there's a bunch of them. Now, I'm not going to get too much into this because our next live stream will be going through this snack box. So thank you so much, Julie. You're always creative and thoughtful when it comes to gifts, and I appreciate it, and I love you for it. And well, I love you for everything, but that's just one of the other things. So happy Father's Day to me. That's Julie's Father's Day gift. Thank you so much. Hello, this is Chloe right now. Julie is coming back in like 2 minutes. Okay, well, it's good to have you here too, Chloe. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with our adult beverage. Let's read a card. And the question is, how is steak tartare cooked? Again, the question, how is steak tartare cooked? So that goes over there. And let's go ahead and open this. This is Not Your Father's Root Beer. Not Your Father's Root Beer is from Pabst Brewing Company, if that sounds familiar. That's like Pabst Blue Ribbon, the same company. This is from Pabst Brewing, Not Your Father's Root Beer. So this is a hard root beer. It is 5.9% ABV. Pabst Brewing Company was founded in 1844 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin by Jacob Best. And this is a more recent addition to it. So there we go. I think Pabst itself may be even owned by somebody else now. I don't know. So we have the return. See, that was close. That was really close. Now they're all dead. All right, I'm gonna let them lay down. I'm gonna let you guys just rest, okay? You guys just rest there, because they're gonna fall, and then I'm gonna be really. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna leave them up there. I'm gonna put them somewhere where they won't fall, because then I'll be sad. And you don't want me to be sad, do you? I don't want to be sad. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. We have the return of. You guys know who that is. That's Richard Simmons. It smells different than root beer. Unusual smell. I feel weird putting it in a beer glass, but I don't think it matters. Sit up there. Cheers. Ooh. You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. I think it's the, Janice knows the word for it, that thing that happens at the bottom of the glass. So it's not just with beer. Apparently it's with soda as well. That's not bad. It's creamy. It's sweet. It's not too heavy on the alcohol. It's not bad at all. I don't know if I would drink this fast though. I mean, it has an unusual combination of flavors that would make it not like really be something that you want to drink fast. But it's really nice. It could be that all the bubbles are happening here because I love that effervescence in there. It's like maybe it's like a little bit spicy too. Hard to say, but it's really good. It's going to get a thumbs up. John King says, Val, what would you do if you woke up in a book? I'd page someone. Yeah, thumbs up on that. Let's go back and our question. Our question was, how is steak tartare cooked? And let's see. A lot of people are answering this one. Panama Red says rare. Panama Red, did I say hello to you? Did I recognize that you walked in the room? I might not have. Either way, welcome. Miguel Rangel says it's raw. Janice Yamanaka says it's not cooked. John King says it's not cooked. Icehan says it's a trick question. It is raw. Tom says it's raw and served with quats. Julie says it's raw. Ludwig says steak tartare is chopped raw with citric acid and pickles. The acid partially cures the meat, but it's nearly raw. Yeah, so you're all right. Yeah. Thank you, Janice. Nucleation, that's the word. I'm glad you're here to remind me of that. Every time I always forget what that word is. Yeah, you're all correct. It is steak tartare. It's a trick question, and steak tartare is not cooked. It is served raw. I have had it raw. So no citric acid on it, just completely raw, and with onions, with chopped onions, and a raw egg cracked on top of it. So like you're not riding the lion with the chance of foodborne illness eating raw meat. You have to add to that by adding a raw egg on top of that. So like, hey, I might not get sick, but let me put this raw egg on top of that and see if that helps. Yeah, so it's generally raw. Again, I've had it several times. I've never had it with citric acid on it, and I've never had it with pickles. Usually it's onion, like chopped onions. But I suppose everybody makes it differently, whoever makes it. They also call it cannibal mound, and I think there's a couple of other names for it as well. So if you're one of those people who are really kind of on the fence about eating raw meat, I would not eat it. But it's actually you have to have a very high quality of meat. Like I wouldn't go and buy like some ground beef from the local grocery store and use that. I would not do that at all. But if I knew the quality of the meat, I knew where it came from, I trusted the source, I would definitely do that. So there we go. It's very sweet. Can only drink like one. Yeah, I agree with you. 999 squad. Julie is back. Why is Julie talking about herself in third person? Let's see, you're awesome, Val. Well, thank you, John. You're not so bad yourself. It's chopped filet. Yeah, but again, it's the quality of the meat. Hey, Joshua, welcome. Good to see you again. Glad you could join us. It is chopped filet. It is. So you're all correct, of course. Now, I mentioned Julie's gifts. I would be remiss if I did not mention Doodle's gifts. Now, Doodle likes to think of himself as my son. The DNA results haven't come back yet, but I'm pretty sure that my DNA did not contribute to a person that walks around on all fours, completely covered in hair, that communicates through barking. Not out of the question. Not likely either. So I'll explain it. So Doodle gave me a card. So I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. There we go. It says, for a great all-round guy, wishing you a good all-round day. Happy Father's Day. And then it says, dear Papa, because I guess that's what Doodle calls me. Thank you for taking good care of me. I know I bark a lot, but it's because I'm watching over you and Mama. You're awesome, and I love you, Doodle. I mean, it's signed by Doodle, right? Let's see if you can see that. It's signed by Doodle. And he doesn't even have thumbs. That's quite an accomplishment, I think, for Doodle, not even having thumbs. So it is accompanied by a gift, also from Doodle. Let's see if we can get this where there you go. It says, dear Dad, thank you for being my dad. If I had a different dad, I'd bite him on the butt and go find you. Love, Doodle. And there's a picture of Doodle. Not an exact picture of Doodle, but a close representation of Doodle. So Doodle, I don't know where you are, but thank you for the Father's Day gift. He's off enjoying the snack that I gave him. No loyalty, but that's okay. All right, so let's see. I think what I'm going to do is just to put a little bit of space and a palate cleansing between the two beverages, I'm going to do this snack. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and read the question. Doodle is sweet, John. He is a sweet dog. And he can be a little jerk sometimes. Like I'll take him outside, some little lady be walking up the sidewalk and he'll be like, rah, 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 rah. I'm like, Doodle, stop that. He never attacks anybody. He's not vicious. He doesn't even snap at people, but barks his head off. And that can be annoying sometimes, but he's basically a good dog. All right, so the question is, what is the traditional food served at the Wimbledon tennis tournament each year? Again, what is the traditional food served at the Wimbledon tennis tournament each year? All right, so let's grab our snack. And I'm gonna do the Father's Day snacks first. And the other ones are just not themed. This one is themed just basically because of the name. Let me move that. I'll put that up. Yeah, I already read the card. This is Pop Daddy Pretzels. Pop Daddy Pretzels is the brand. These are bold snacks made with big heart. This is dill pickle pretzel sticks, hand seasoned in small batches, made with flavors so bold it's lip smacking, finger licking goodness and crunch. Made in Michigan. That's a lot of text for one bag. How do we fit so much flavor in one bag? Blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. Essentially, they're pickle pretzels. So Pop Daddy was founded by Mark and Aaron Sarafa as a popcorn company in 2013 in Highland, Michigan. And it's still around apparently. So let's go ahead and open that up. Hey, the Trips are here. Do we have all three of the Trips, or Steve, or Kelly, or which Trips do we have on? Haven't seen you guys in a while. How you been? I love your show. If everybody else here, so I know some people have come on afterwards. If you have not seen the Trips, if you've not subscribed to the Trips, you've not watched their episodes, you need to do that. So they are from Canada. They're in the Toronto area, I believe. We've done some collaborations with them in the past. We've done some really cool things. We did the Iowa pickle roll, Iowa pickle roll, or I think it was called something like that. We did that, and we did Frito pie with them. So they're a lot of fun. Always do enjoyable episodes where they're, the three of them are rating stuff and comparing it to each other and everything. So if you've not checked out the Trips, please do so. They are on YouTube. If you go to our main page at the bottom where it says featured channels, the Trips are in there. So be sure to click on it, subscribe, like the videos, and there we go. It's Steve. Hey, yeah, it has been a minute, Steve, but always good to see you. Always glad you could make it. So there we go. Hey, Scott's here. Howdy, Val and chat. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying my first day off in 15 days. Well, enjoy it. Lay back. Don't feel like you have to exercise those fingers on the keyboard and everything. Just chill. We're here for you. All right, here we go. Slight pickle smell, but not really strong. They just look like pretzel sticks. I was expecting to have that really strong brine flavor. It doesn't. They're good pretzels. They're not stale. They're not like too crunchy and dried out. $9.99. Did I acknowledge you when you first came into the room? And if I did not, welcome, and I'm glad you could be here. Yeah, a little bit light on the pickle flavor. It's there, but it's subtle. I was kind of hoping it would be like this, pickle. It's not. It's just a tickle. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up, trending downward slightly. Because like I said, I think, dill pickle are the biggest letters in here, and it's the slightest taste in there. So, but they're good pretzels. It does have a dill pickle taste, but it's a light dill pickle taste. So yeah, I'm going to give thumbs up, trending downward. If they just work on this and give it more dill pickle taste, that'd be awesome. Totally awesome. Let's see. Let's just put this over here for now. I hope Doodle doesn't eat them. Now, there was something else I was going to. Oh, I know what it was. So before we get into our soft drink, I did want to bring this up. So today at 5 p.m. Pacific, I am participating with Tom. And Tom, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm calling it the Old Guy Radio Players. I don't know if that's what it's called or not. I don't know. So on Tom's channel, for now, it's Tom's channel. I think and imagine at some point in time in the future, he's going to split that off and do something separate. So, okay, so the Old Guy Radio Players, I am joining them at 5 p.m. where we're doing a live YouTube broadcast of, I'm going to call it a 1940s radio show that Tom wrote. So Tom wrote it to be a 1940s radio show, and I've participated in doing the rehearsals and stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a whole lot of fun. So we've rehearsed for several weeks, and tonight is the night we're going to be doing the live. It's going to be a live stream. We're going to be doing the live radio show. as if it's 1947. We're all actors. It's 1947. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I invite you to join. Let's see, I have somewhere I saved that URL. I can't find it. Tom, can you do me a favor? Can you put the URL in the chat so that everybody has that? Go to the URL, and then you could just like bookmark it so that you can see it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. That's at 5 p.m. Pacific time, whatever the time is your time. And hope you join us on that because it's going to be a lot of fun. It won't be very interactive because we're going to be, performing. There's a script and everything. We're going to be performing, so it won't be really interactive where we'll be able to, interact with a chat and everything. But certainly leave comments and stuff. But it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Hey, thank you, Tom. So Tom put the link up there. So follow that link. And just put a little bell reminder or something on there and come back and watch that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So break a leg, Val, and old guy. So one leg. Which one of us is supposed to break it? I mean, I'm a little bit clumsy sometimes. Maybe I will probably end up breaking it. So there. Tried the honey mustard flavor of Pop Daddy Pretzels. I didn't know they had different flavors. They originally started out as a popcorn company, and I know they have different flavors of popcorn and everything. But I'll have to try that. What did you think, Janice, of the honey mustard ones? All right, so let's go into our. Yeah, we did our adult beverage, our snack, and then we're staying with the Father's Day theme, and now we're going to do our last one that's Father's Day theme, which is our soft drink. So let's read cards. Oh, did we finish? We did not. We did not read the answer. So the question was, what is the traditional food served at the Wimbledon tennis tournament each year? And let's see what the guesses were here. If there were guesses, there are guesses. John King said lobster. Miguel Rangel said meatballs. Panama Red said deviled eggs. Tom, old guy in Colorado, said cupcakes. He means kumquat. That's okay. Ice Hand said caviar. Janice Yamanaka said strawberries and cream. That is a whole meal right there. That is like a whole meal right there. Janice, you are correct, of course. It is strawberries and cream. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that because it's written on the card. But other than that, I did not know that. So congratulations to you all. Gifts for everybody. Cadillac for you. Cadillac for you. Cadillac for you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So let's read another question, and then we'll go on to our soft drink. So the question is, from which fruit is grenadine obtained? Again, from which fruit is grenadine obtained? Ooh, I didn't know that. You may, or you can look it up, but I didn't know that. Let's see. I scrolled off the page here. Hang on a second. There we go. All right, we're back. And we're going to do Dad's root beer. Now, I have seen Dad's root beer before, but I've never tried Dad's root beer, so this is really interesting. I just throwing it out there. I love root beer. I don't know if there's some people who don't like root beer. Just let's real quick. I'm not going to do a poll or anything, but just a real quick by yes or no. Do you like root beer? Are you fans of root beer? Some root beer is better than others. Barks has bite. There's also what is it? Barrelhead root beer. I don't think they make it anymore, or if they do make it, they make it in small quantities. But I remember in Massachusetts, growing up in Massachusetts, it was called Barrelhead root beer. And that was pretty good too. So all kinds of Hires is another root beer. I don't know. There's other brands of root beer. I like root beer, but they vary a lot in taste. So some of them are better than others. Some of them are crappy, and some of them are really good. I don't like diet root beer. I don't like the fake taste of diet root beer. So when I drink root beer, it's always with sugar or high fructose corn syrup, but prefer the ones with sugar in it. Had a root beer float 2 days ago. I love root beer floats. So huge root beer fans. Okay, Steve, me too. A&W, there's another one. And the thing about A&W is A&W, I think A&W also is famous for their roadside stands. So when I was growing up in New Hampshire, not too far from where we lived, there was an A&W stand. You could get burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that, but also get the root beer. Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but Canada, there's like a bunch of A&W. You don't see them a lot here, but in Canada, there's a lot of A&W. I want to call them restaurants. There's really a fast fast food joint, and a lot of them are like connected to convenience stores and gas stations and stuff like that. So, one of the A&Ws that I went to in Quebec, province, not necessarily the city, to stopping on the way to get gas in Quebec, and I went to an A&W, and they had cheese curds on the counter. You could buy the cheese curds on the counter, so a lot of fun. Japanese people generally don't like root beer because it tastes like flavoring they use for medicines. Well, yeah, but I mean, like Pony Malta or any of the malt sodas, the malt beverages. Um, what else? Sometimes Dr. Pepper can taste sort of medicinal, Moxie, things like that. So there's a lot of things that taste kind of like herbal or medicinal, stuff like that. So I guess they don't like a lot of those. But I'm a root beer fan. Root beer is good with Jim Beam bourbon, or get the hard root beer, right? Ed and I do like root beer. Yeah, I do too. Hey Val, did you like the not your favorite root beer? Sorry, I had to leave before the view. I did. And full disclosure, I've actually had it before. So we did an episode a while back. I mean, when I say a while back, I'm talking about years back. I think I did it while I was up in Oregon. So it was somewhere between 2015 and 2019 that we did an episode, and we did 3 hard root beers together. So we did Not Your Father's Root Beer, Coney Island, and Best Damn Root Beer. We did 3 of those together. At the time, I don't remember liking Not Your Father's Root Beer. So one of 2 things could have happened. One, they could have changed the recipe. They're making it a little bit differently now. Or 2, I didn't like it because I was comparing it to the other 2, and the other 2 were bad. I don't remember if Not Your Father's came in last or came in middle. But Coney Island was the best because it tasted the most like root beer without alcohol in it. But it had alcohol in it. So, Janice, could you do me a big favor? Could you see if you could find that episode? So it was a hard root beer taste off between Not Your Father's, Coney Island, and Best Damn Root Beer. And because I don't remember how I rated it. It was several years ago, and so that I decided to try it again, and it wasn't bad. So Matt didn't like A&W. He didn't like the root beer. And if he didn't like the root beer, does he like root beer, or did he just not like A&W root beer? I drank root beer before that tasted like cardboard. Yeah, I've had root beer before. I wouldn't say cardboard, but some root beer is just not that good. I think the best root beer I ever had, I think it was, if I'm probably going to mess this up. It was called National Brewing Company or something, and it was like a home brew root beer that they served at Jack's Cosmic Dog. Now, I never did a YouTube episode on it, but when I was in South Carolina, I did a blog article on Jack's, and I mentioned the root beer, and that was the best root beer I ever had in my life, and still is to this day. So there we go. Thank you very much. So Janice just posted the link there. So if you guys want to check that out, that's our hard root beer episode where we actually did Not Your Father's Root Beer. And like I said, I don't remember offhand what it was like. So let's go ahead and try Dad's for the first time. Thank you, Dad's. Again, one of the few that I have not ever had. This doesn't want to come off. There we go. It's funny because this one doesn't have as strong a root beer smell as even the Not Your Father's Root Beer. Now, I will tell you up front, and this makes perfect sense, when I go to mix these 2 together, I'm not expecting a drastic taste change there. Cheers. Yeah, not a really strong smell. A little bit syrupy. More sweet. It's really sweet. 170 calories per bottle. Let's see. Do they use cane sugar? Awesome. That explains why it's sweet. It's really sweet. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have that kind of earthy root beer flavor. That tastes like somebody mentioned, almost medicinal flavor that root beer has. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not watery. It has a lot of good effervescence. It's kind of foamy. It's really sweet. That's not necessarily a plus, unless you like sugary stuff. I'm going to go ahead and give that a thumbs up, trending downward slightly, only because I've had better root beer, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just maybe, to me, I think maybe a little bit too sweet. So that's why we're getting a thumbs up, trending downward. Let's go back to our question, which was, from which fruit is grenadine obtained? It seems like so long ago. Let's see. Janice Yamanaka said pomegranate. Miguel Rangel said pomegranate. 999 Squad said oranges. Ice Hand said the grenade fruit. It's explosively good. It's made with the holy hand grenade of Antioch. Oh, so Steve, you had Dad's root beer before? Yeah, I've never had it before. Is it where it's made? Let's see. Dad's root beer was founded in Chicago. That's why it's northern. It was founded in Chicago in the 1930s by Barney Burns and Eli Clapman. The first registered trademark was filed in 1938 and granted in 1939. So it's been around for a while. But yeah, never had it, which is really weird because I love root beer. I've never had Dad's root beer, but it's pretty good. So let's do this. I suppose I could have left it in the glass. I think I started answering that question and I didn't finish. So the question again was, from which fruit is grenadine obtained? Janice, Miguel, yeah, you're right. It is pomegranate. And Ice Hand, you're sort of right. The grenade fruit, it's pomegranate. All right. I did, correct me if I'm wrong, because some water has passed under the bridge since then. I did pour some of the Not Your Father's root beer in this glass with the Dad's. Did I not? I did, right? I mean, I don't want to water one down with the other one. Let's see. My mom does not like root beer. It reminds her of Pepto-Bismol. That I don't get. Because Pepto-Bismol is like creamy, and it has a weird flavor. It's almost like minerals. It has a flavor like minerals. Like I can't say that I like the flavor of Pepto-Bismol, but when I'm drinking it, I need it and I don't care. So there we go. I drank almost a half a bottle of Pepto-Bismol when I did those Carolina Reaper Ritters, I guess, the Reaper balls at Salvador Molly's. I drank like half a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. It did not help. Let's see. You did mix them. Oh, thank you. Okay, great. Cheers. Ooh, and the smell is different. It has that alcohol smell, but it's not like a like an alcohol like vodka or something like that. It's like a creamy kind of alcohol. I don't know how to describe that. Oh, okay, so that sweetens it up. It's definitely sweeter, and there's not as much of an alcohol bite to it when you mix the two of them together. But it almost takes away from the root beer. Like for some reason, you're combining two root beers together, a hard root beer and a soft drink. You're combining them together. You would think that it would accentuate the root beer flavor. It kind of does the opposite. Yeah. To me, I'm going to say like thumbs in the middle on this. It's just, I would think that they would help each other out, and they don't. They do walk to other opposite sides of the room, and it just kind of like almost like a watered down version of it. So yeah, that's gonna get a thumbs in the middle on that one. Oh, let's see. Do you like cream soda? I do like cream soda. Let's see. What brand of cream soda? Oh, I know which brand I like of cream soda. It's called Sprecher's. I don't know if you've had it. It's like they say like fire brewed, like it's brewed with fire. I don't know what the deal is with that. I think there's somewhere up north, like Milwaukee or something like that. Sprecher's started out as a brewery, but they do sodas and they do really, really good sodas. We have done some Spreckers, I think, on one of the live streams. I don't know, like Janice, I would even ask you to try to find that, but I think it's going to be impossible because you know, unless there's like a keyword or something. Maybe there's a keyword search. Let me try that. See if there's a keyword search. Spreckers, SCH, Spreckers. No, it's not showing up like when I do a search for videos. I think it was on a live stream that we did it. It's all I like. Every one of their sodas I had. We did an orange. We did like an orange cream soda a while back. I think we might have done one of their ginger ales. Really, really good. Spreckers, if you had it, really, really good root beer. So, Dad's has a cream soda as well. I didn't know. I thought they only did root beer. I didn't know they had other products as well. But it's actually pretty good. So I'm a root beer aficionado, sort of. I enjoy root beers, and that was like really, really good. So yeah, root beer's done. That was the Not Your Father's. All right, so let's jump into another snack. And again, we're not doing Trippy Food grab bag. So I actually have things in a bag, and I could reach in and grab something out of the bag, but I'm not going to do it on camera because this isn't a grab bag. It's our Trippy Food Father's Day episode. And for all the people who walked in afterwards, happy Father's Day to you in whatever fashion you are celebrating. Let's see. I'm going to do these next because I'm really looking forward to these. I'm really excited about these. So if you remember, I'm going to say it was last week. Was it last week or the week before? We did late July Green Goddess chips that were really, really good. So they tasted like the Green Goddess salad dressing. Late July also makes a really, really good jalapeno chip. Really just jalapeno flavored corn tortilla chip. Really, really good. So every late July corn chip, tortilla chip that I've had have been really, really good. So I saw this Mexican street corn. Now, we've done several products in the past with Mexican street corn and not been overly impressed with them to the point where I want to say, did we already do that episode or is that coming up? Where I made, made my own elote. Give me a second. Oh, why? Oh, I know why. Because it's looking one cell. Hang on a second. Yeah, making elote Inca corn snack. So that was back. When did that come out? April 13th. So you go back to April 13th. We had an episode where we made we took Inca corn and we made an elote snack. We just put the stuff in it to make an elote snack. So because I think there was another previous episode where I did some elote snacks with Lindsay from Reckless Eating, and they weren't that great. So I don't know how much this is going to taste like street corn, but we're going to give it a try anyways. So let's go. Let's see. Need to ask a question. Let's see. I missed anything. Pepto-Bismol and whiskey mixed is a shot. Seriously? That's bizarre. I don't know why somebody would do that. If I'm not mistaken, a few years back, Voodoo Donut had a Pepto-Bismol donut. And I don't know if it had a shot of Pepto-Bismol in the middle in the hole cut out in the donut, or it was like somehow mixed into the frosting on the donut. I can't remember what it was, but they had to cease and desist in making it because the Board of Health said you can't take something that's medicine and put it in donuts. But they were doing a Pepto-Bismol donut for a while. They were also doing a NyQuil donut for a while too, and they had to stop doing that as well. But they're crazy anyways. Let's see. Snacking on Blue Diamond almonds, bold sriracha. We did. I'm sure we did that. We did. So with Janice and Matt from Reckless Eating, we did the Blue Diamond bold ones, but we did the real hot ones. I think so we did a ghost pepper one. We did a Carolina Reaper one, and I think the other one might have been like sriracha, or I don't remember what the other one was. Janet, you might remember what the third one was. We did those. Americana brand soda also has a good root beer. I had something from Americana, but I can't remember what it was, but I don't think it was root beer. Bold sriracha is the best of Blue Diamond bold flavors. Extreme have stronger taste. That's what it was, the extremes that we did together. We did the extremes. All right, so let's go ahead and ask a question before we dig into these chips. And the question is, which drink is sometimes referred to as Adam's Ale? Again, which drink is sometimes referred to as Adam's Ale? Cayenne pepper. Thank you very much, Jen. All right, so this is from Late July. And again, Late July was founded in 2003 by Nicole Bernard Dawes in Boston, Massachusetts. From the bottom. From the bottom, kids. Nice smell. Now this one, you can really see it has a lot of coating. Look at the sides of the bags. See that? There's a lot of coating on this one. Oh, wow. This one is surprisingly salty. Oh, yeah. Really strong corn flavor here. And I know they're corn tortilla chips, but still, there's that kind of buttery mayonnaise cheesy flavor there. There's a little bit of zest, a little bit of spiciness. Those are really good. I would say, as far as the prepared snacks, that purportedly, a lot of the prepared snacks that supposedly are supposed to taste like a Lotte, this one is probably the closest. It's the closest I've had so far to not having to dress it up to make it taste more like a Lotte. This one is probably the closest. It's really, really good. So I'm going to recommend that you get out and try this. Late July. I've seen their chips at Ralph's, which is our Kroger store, but I haven't seen this particular one. And then I know that Sprouts Farmers Market carries these a lot too. So they seem to be coming out with new flavors now. They seem to like have had certain flavors that just were out for a long time, and now they seem to be coming out with new flavors. This is one of them. That's going to get a big thumbs up. These are really, really good. Oh yeah. Mayo ice cream is not that big of a departure, John. Let's see, mayo is made, the main ingredient in mayo is egg. And a lot of like French ice cream has egg in it anyways. Mayo has that kind of little, maybe like a little bit of sourness to it, but that's the only difference. I would say like we did the Van Leeuwen Ranch, Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream. That's probably going to taste a lot like mayo ice cream. So I don't think that would be a radical departure. Ketchup ice cream. Now that's interesting. I haven't had a lot of tomato. I haven't had any, I don't think, tomato-based ice creams. That would be interesting. Ketchup. So what's in ketchup? So the thing about ketchup, for ice cream goes, is that I don't know if it's because it will curdle it if you have anything that's vinegar-based. So like the Van Leeuwen Mexican hot chocolate with Tapatio did not taste like Tapatio. And probably the reason it didn't taste like Tapatio is they probably used whatever the peppers they used for Tapatio, but they didn't put any vinegar in it. And Tapatio is a vinegar-based sauce. So you don't get the same sensation eating the ice cream that you would from the hot sauce, right? And I think that that's been the case for a couple of different ones where they just don't add that vinegar to it. They don't add that vinegar, and again, it could be because it curdles the milk. I don't honestly know what the reasoning behind that is. So if they were going to do a ketchup ice cream, not to actually put ketchup in it, and I don't know if it's because it just you can't have the vinegar in with ice cream. I honestly don't know. I think it would be a good thing to try, but I don't know why they don't do that. Because the thing is when I have those ice creams, with something that does have vinegar in it, like a pickle-based ice cream. The pickle-based ice cream would have vinegar in the brine. When I'm doing that, I will add that, like if it's pickle-based ice cream, I will add pickles that are actually brined. Add that to it as opposed to just cucumbers. I will add actual ketchup. I will add actual things with a vinegar in it to get that flavor. And it really, like, I think what I did was for the Van Leeuwen Mexican hot chocolate with tapatio, I think I put tapatio on it, on the ice cream, and it didn't taste, it wasn't crazy. It didn't. There wasn't negative. It actually helped it taste more like tapatio. So I don't know why they don't do that. There's probably a scientific reason for not doing it, but I think mayo ice cream would work. I honestly think it would work. Tobacco, I don't think that would work. Oh my God, that would be disgusting. I don't think I've ever even seen a tobacco flavored product. I've never even seen it. Now, I've never been a smoker, so I don't know that I would even recognize like something that was like tobacco flavored. It's not like I had like a little bit of tobacco in my mouth or something. I never had chewing tobacco. I never put chewing tobacco in my mouth. So I don't know that I would recognize that flavor. But it seems to me it would not be a great flavor, to add stuff to. I don't know. Tom, have you had anything? Have you used tobacco to flavor anything? Tobacco cured vinegar. That sounds kind of nasty. Or maybe a cigar. Maybe. Was it a Dirk Gherkins, Tom? That might have that vinegar flavor in it. Dirk Gherkins might have that. All righty. So let's go back to our card. And the question was, it would help if I held this right side up. Which drink is sometimes referred to as Adam's Ale? Let's see. Panama Red said root beer. Janice Yamanaka said water. Miguel Rangel said colloquial allusion. I don't know if that's a guess or he's saying that was an answer to something. Tom, old guy Colorado said carbonated kumquat juice. I think those are the only guesses. It is in fact water. I've never heard that term, Adam's Ale, but apparently water is called Adam's Ale. Now, Tom, you say carbonated kumquat juice, but do you remember when we did? Let's see, we did a collaboration where we had that. I think it was Martian soda. That's what it was. It was Martian soda that we got at Rocket Fizz, and it was kumquat flavored soda. And I remember it not being great. Now you've since then actually had kumquats. What would you say? Like compare the actual flavor of kumquats to the flavor of that Martian soda. It's supposed to be kumquat flavor. How would you compare those two? It wasn't kumquat. It was chemical cleaner. It sure tasted like it. I mean, like I don't have a real good reference point. I've never really drank chemical cleaner, but I imagine that's probably what it tastes like. It wasn't great. Yeah, not even close. I agree with you completely. But I know they make kumquat alcohol or like a kumquat vodka or something. I don't know why nobody puts it in a soda. But maybe for the same reason that you don't see a lot of lemon sodas or lime sodas. You have it with like sparkling water with lemon essence or lime essence in it, but never like a lemon soda or a lime soda. Maybe it has something to do with the citric acid or something. I honestly don't know. Maybe you're combining. I think it's like the carbonation is like carbonic acid, which in itself you can that you use to clean the battery terminals on cars. So maybe you're mixing a couple of acids together, and you probably get like a bad reaction to it, or probably like dissolve your teeth or something like that. So maybe that's why they don't do it. I'm not sure. Real kumquats are much better. I agree. Much better. Janice, I think I want to say it was the LA County Fair. I think it was the LA County Fair. We had a kumquat drink. I think it was a kumquat slushy or something like that. I don't remember exactly. What was the drink that we had at the LA County Fair, Janice, that had the kumquat in it? And there was like fresh squeezed kumquats. Do you remember? Kumquat liqueur. Yeah, Tom, do you remember the brand name of that kumquat liqueur that we saw? I don't remember what it was. All right, so let's go into our next snack. You guys can answer that offline. I mean, while I'm busy talking. How are we doing on time? We're an hour in. We have, let's see, we got two snacks. We got two snacks. We got that leaves us with five snacks in an hour. Yeah, we're fine. The question is, who is the Greek god of wine? I think this one's easy. I think he's a pretty popular guy. Who is the Greek god of wine? Let's put that over there and let's grab another snack. Let's see. Maybe we'll do. Yeah, let's do this one because I'm really curious about this one. So this is lattes, not Lotte, maybe Lotte Koala's March, artificially flavored strawberry cream filled cookies. There's a lot to take in right there. Lotte Koala's March, or is Lot? I can't remember. Lotte. It comes from short name for Charlotte, so maybe it's Lot and not Lottie or Lotta or I don't know. A whole lot of love, and a whole lot of love. So this is Lotte's Koala March, artificially flavored strawberry cream filled cookies. The company is the Thai Lotte Company or Lotte. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to say Lotte. I don't know. The company is the Thai Lotte Company. They're from Chonburi, Thailand. They were founded in 1948 by Shin Kyuk Ko in Tokyo, Japan. But it is the product of Thailand. And there's a little thing. Oh, here we go. What is this fun thing? Who is this koala? There's like all kinds of little surprises and stuff here. Who is this koala? You can see identity on the bottom of the box. You're not seeing anything. You seeing identity on the bottom of the box? Wait, get that where you can see it. And I'm not worried about it. Julie's back. Welcome back, Jules. Jules, you were here when I thanked you for the Father's Day gifts, right? All right. This looks like something that's supposed to have a toy in it. My God, I don't know why they laser or something. I don't know. Kind of weird. You know, it smells like strawberry. Now, I thought, based on the box, that they were koala shaped. They're not really koala shaped. They're kind of like pillow shaped, but they have a koala printed on it. So let's see if we can see that. Still have a little koala printed on it. Isn't that adorable? You picture a kid going like, I don't want to eat a koala, Mom. Ooh, that's weird. I was expecting it to be kind of creamy, but it's like almost it's like somewhere between a gelatin and a jelly. No prize in the box. They're artificially flavored, so I'm not expecting it to taste like strawberry. Coastal cane juice with kumquat. Thank you very much, Janice. So Janice put up the episode there when she and I went to the LA County Fair. We went to a booth called Coastal Cane. They made all the kinds of different fruit juices, and they had kumquat juice, and with I think it was like cane juice. So they make it from the same plant that they get cane sugar from. Sugar cane. So they make sugar cane and they mix it with kumquat. So that's that episode that you can see there. That's the link. Thank you so much, Janice. Huh. So Haley's had these before, Jules? Haley's actually had these before? I've never seen them before. They're pretty good. Now, What's disappointing is I know it says artificially flavored, and so I shouldn't have really high hopes of it being strawberry flavored because it's really not. There's not really a lot of strawberry flavor to it. So that's a little disappointing, but they're actually pretty good. I like the taste of it's almost like a cracker more so than a cookie. They're fun. I'm gonna give it, a thumbs up trending downward. Again, they're nice, they're different, they're interesting. They have kind of like a cool breathiness to them. And I like them, but it says strawberry, and even though I know it's artificially flavored, I'm kind of like wanting some strawberry, some kind of strawberry or something reminiscent of strawberry flavor in it, and it's not there. So I'm gonna say thumbs up, trending downward. I'm just asking, Val, did you unplug your monitor and plug it back in? No, and the reason is because the monitor is built into the laptop, so it's almost impossible to unplug. I don't know what's going on with the flashing. I'll have to try to figure it out. I downloaded that app that was supposed to fix it, and it really doesn't fix it. So I'm not 100% sure on that. So again, I apologize. It's annoying to me. It must be annoying to you. All right. Let's see. Did we answer the question? We did not answer the question. So the question was, who is the Greek god of wine? And let's see. Icehan said Bacchus, not Jim Bacchus. Oh my God, you have done it again. Panama Red says Jesus. John King says Mr. Bean. And Janice Yamanaka says Dionysus. He's Bacchus to the Romans. All right, so that's the funny thing. Like, if you guys ever studied or even just looked into Greek and Roman mythology, the Romans borrowed heavily from Greek mythology. So basically, there's counterparts in Greek mythology to Roman mythology. Like, for instance, and I always forget which is which, but you have Ares and Mars, who are both the god of war. You have Venus and Aphrodite, who are both the goddesses of love. You have, let's see, Neptune and Uranus, who are both gods of the deep, of the ocean. So there's counterparts between the Romans and the Roman gods and the Greek gods, and the assumption, or what they're assuming, is that the Romans took those Greek gods and just gave them other names. So I'm not sure, like, you're correct that Dionysus and Bacchus are the same, but I always forget, like, which one's Roman, which one's Greek. So the card says Bacchus, but there we go. Well, oh no, it does say Greek god, so, you know, it is what it is. All righty. A little more of not my father's root beer, or not your father's root beer. Bad. I'm debating whether I should be drinking that or drinking the root beer. I don't know. It is Trippy. No, it's not Trippy Food Beer Night, because that's usually on a Saturday. But we did the live stream on Sunday. It all works out. All right. So let's pick another snack. Let's do that one afterwards because that's hot. Let's do this one next. So this can sit up there. You guys can see that. Maybe you can see that. Maybe you can't. I don't know. And let's read a question. Wait, I scrolled off the screen here. I tried Not My Father's Root Beer years ago. I did like it, that I remember. Yeah, the thing was, I remember not liking it, but I don't remember whether I didn't like it or not. But now it's pretty good. It almost tastes like there's something Christmassy about it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. There's something Christmassy about that root beer. But I like it now. So I don't know if they changed the recipe or I just, whatever. But I think Janice earlier put up the link for that. Let's see, where is that? I think she put that up there. Hard root beer. Yeah. So Janice posted, there's no timestamps on here. I don't know what to tell you, but it's partially, scroll back up, and Janice posted the link for our hard root beer episode. So you can see years ago when we did Not Your Father's Root Beer, and maybe we rated it the way we did because we compared it to the other two hard root beers that we were drinking at the time. So there you go. All right, so let's go ahead and ask this question, which is, what is the beef wrapped in a beef Wellington? Again, the question, what is the beef wrapped in a beef Wellington? And it's not in wellies, which are, I think, rubber boots. If your father works for a small town brewery, who makes not your father's root beer? Does it make this not? This is my father's root beer. That's a good question, Ice Hand. I think this is basically saying it's not anybody's father's root beer. It's not your father's root beer. So whatever you think is your father's root beer, even if it's like if your father works for a root beer brewery, it's still not his root beer. So there we go. All right. So let's do these. This is from Alani New, and you guys might remember Alani New. They make some. I want to say, I don't know if they're considered nutritional drinks and not necessarily. We call it not necessarily energy drinks, but I think they're nutritional drinks. They might make some energy drinks as well, but it's basically, it was founded as a nutrition company. So let's see, I think it was, yeah, Katie Hearn in Louisville, Kentucky in 2017 founded the company as a wellness brand. So these just look really interesting. We've done, I think we did it with Janice. So we did Trippy Hippie. So it was one of those beverages, and it was called Trippy Hippie, and because it's trippy and we're trippy, we did it. So it was me and Janice and uh, Matt from Reckless Eating did that. So that's out there somewhere as well. So these are smoothie gummy rings. So they're supposed to taste like smoothie. There's 3 different kinds. There's apple and grape, strawberry and mango, and mixed berry. 80 calories per what? It's 80 calories per one serving per container. So this whole container is 80 calories. And that seems pretty good. There's probably not a lot of sugar in here. A lot of competition there between Tom and John. Oh, looking. Let's see. I tore the package apart. Strawberry, mango, apple, and grape mixed berry. All right, so that looks like strawberry and grape by color. Oh, it's chewy as hell. Like rubber. Mm. It's chewier than gummy bears. Thank you, Janice. So the same company, Alani New, Janice just posted the link there for when she and Matt Zion and I did the Trippy Hippie. It's out there. Now I know why they're low in calories, because they're using an artificial sweetener and you can taste it. I don't know if it's stevia. The writing is so tiny. Hang on a second. Ingredients. Oh my God, there's all chicory. Let's see. Lactic acid, citric acid, orange juice concentrate, pectin. All that stuff sounds good. But why? Oh, stevia leaf extract. There it is. So that, I didn't enjoy that. Let's see. This one is red and orange. So that one is maybe strawberry and mango, I think. Jules, I think we did that for one of our live streams, the Tahim gummy rings. I think we did those, if I'm not mistaken. Well, sometimes I am. I don't know. There's not enough strawberry and mango. I mean, I'm getting more mango than strawberry, but those flavors are just being overpowered by the chemical taste of the stevia. Not really enjoying these a lot. Let's see, which one didn't I do? Apple and grape. Which is the purple and yellow one. They're not too salty, Jules. They're like the Mexican tamarind candy. Have you ever had that, Jules? like that. I'm not a big fan of these. They're not horrible, but that chemical taste of the artificial sweetener, and it's not artificial. I mean, it's not artificial stevia. It comes from a plant, right? But still, that kind of chemical taste takes away from that. It's the natural flavor of the fruit that they actually put in there is just lost from the stevia that kind of overpowers it and everything. So I'm going to give that a thumbs down, trending upward, or in the middle, trending downward, however you want to look at it. But kind of down. It's not horrible. It doesn't suck, but it's not great. So I'm going to say whatever that is, whatever you want to call that. All right. It leaves a weird taste in your mouth. Well, in my mouth, you didn't eat them. All right. So our question was, what is the beef wrapped in a beef Wellington? And the guesses were, Julie Tor says puff pastry. Pasty? A pasty is different than a pastry. And a pasty is different than a pastry. Puff pastry, $9.99. Squad says bacon. Panama Red said cheese. Janice Yamanaka said puff pastry. Tom says wrapped in a quat pastry. John, not to be outdone by the Quat King, says Doler style pastry. Yeah, it's pastry. It's a pastry. So just you don't have to be specific about pastry, whether it's Doler or kumquat, but it is a pastry. So it's a beef in a pastry shop. I should make that, but with something besides beef, like bison, a bison beef Wellington. I should definitely make that. All righty, so let's see. I know what I want to do next. I'm gonna do this next. Put that in the dragon's mouth. I don't think we can. I'm just gonna leave that right there. All right, let's go ahead and read the question. And the question is, Guinness beer was first brewed in which country? Again, Guinness beer was first brewed in which country? I don't think that's a tough one. It was pretty easy. Okay, so we're going to do this. Now, before we open this thing up, does anybody know what this is? Does anybody recognize this? I will give you a hint. It hangs on a tree. It is a seed pod of a plant that hangs on a tree. And we're going to eat this. So does anyone know what this is? Does anyone recognize this before we dig it up and eat it? Yes, Miguel, you are absolutely correct. It is tamarindo, or tamarind, as it's also called. Actually, tamarind is native originally to tropical Africa. That's where it comes from. But they grow it a lot in Central America, and it's used a lot for candies. They take the fruit part that covers the seed, they make it into a paste, and they use a bunch of different things. So if you've ever had Mexican tamarind candy, where they basically take the tamarind and they coat that with, I think like what we were just talking about, coat it with is it cayenne pepper? Some kind of pepper. It's coated with pepper, salt, lime, stuff like that. But we're just going to eat it as nature intended. So you're going to break that open, and it's very brittle. The shell is very brittle. If it's not brittle, it's not ready. And so there are seeds. So this whole piece here, see, there's a little stringy thing there, so you can get that off. There's a whole piece here that it's the fruit of it, and then inside that fruit are little seeds. So this is going to take a little bit of work. We're going to kind of like work the seed out. So let's see if we can try it. I need to cut that. Actually, I'm going to kind of try to clean the scissors a little bit, because I used it to cut a glue stick earlier. Probably not going to kill me, but I don't want to taste the glue stick. All right, let's just cut a piece off here. There we go. And again, there's some stringy fibers in there, so I don't know that those are going to be, we'll have to work our way around those as well. I'm just going to pop it in my mouth and try to work the seeds out. It's really tangy. It's an unmistakable, whoa, it's really tangy. It does not have the benefit of having sugar added to it. Here's the seed. Almost looks like a watermelon seed, but it's much thicker. See if we can do it this way. That's a seed. Wow. It's really, really tart. It's like tongue burning tart. Like, I think it's more tart than Sour Patch Kids. It is really extremely tart. Wow. Still trying to work out that second seed. There we go. Wow. Now, oh, it's like it puckers your face. Really, really tart. Really tart, really sweet. And again, usually when I've had this, it's had like salt and chili and other stuff on it. I've never had it like fresh right out of the seed pod. That is really good, but totally unexpected as far as the tartness of that goes. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. You cannot eat a lot of that. I mean, you can try, but I don't think you can eat a lot of that. It's just really, really tart. Wow. Yeah, Julie, very much like lemon. Like if you bite into a lemon, that same kind of sensation as biting into a lemon. It's not citrus because it's not citrus based fruit, but it is that same tartness, that same tanginess as if you were eating a lemon. It's really, really tart, but still really good. And again, I've had that before. I've had tamarind before, but usually, like I said, it's covered with chili and salt and maybe sugar and other stuff too. And the tamarind soda, of course, Jarritos makes their most popular soda is the tamarind flavored soda. So you just eat it right out of the shell. It's like really, really tart. All right. Question was, Guinness beer was first brewed in which country? And let's see. Miguel Rangel said Germany. Panama Red said Ireland. Tom said Quatland. Janice Yamanaka says Ireland. Those look like the other guesses. It was, in fact, Ireland. All righty. Wow, that's really tart. Tarty, tart, tart, tarty, tarty, tart. Yes, John, it is. It is exactly. That is the best description anyone could say about that. It is tart, tarty, tarty, tart. You're right. Paparindo and a beer with chamoy is good. That does sound good. All right, let's see. Let's put up another snack. I think I'm going to save the allegedly hot one for last. Let's pop this guy up there. This is going to be a weird snack, and I'm not really looking forward to the goût mélange. All right, so let's go ahead and ask a question. And the question is, what type of flowers produce vanilla pods? Again, what type of flowers produce vanilla pods? All right, so that goes there. And let's get to this. So this is Bumble Bee Seafoods. I mean, everybody knows it as Bumble Bee Tuna, but it's not Bumble Bee Seafoods because they've diversified and they have all kinds of seafood. This is wild caught tuna seasoned with chipotle. Now, so this is designed as a on the go snack. So when you tear the top piece off of it, there is a spork inside. It says, let's see, enjoy on the go, spork included. So that's really nice. We don't have to put it in a bowl or anything like that. Bumblebee has been around for a very, very long time. Bumblebee Seafoods was founded, well, actually, it was originally founded as a conglomerate of several salmon canneries in Astoria, Oregon, as the Columbia River Packers Association in 1899. I don't think we've ever done an episode, but we've been to Astoria, and in Astoria, there's a couple of the canneries that Astoria was famous for the canneries because it's there at the mouth of the river of the Columbia River, where it empties out into the Pacific Ocean, and so the fleets used to come from Astoria, go out to the ocean, catch the tuna and other fish, and bring it back, and then can it in Astoria. So they give you tours of the cannery. If we did not do an episode, we're going to be back up in Oregon next month. And maybe we'll go to the cannery. Maybe we'll go to the cannery and do a little tour thing of the cannery. But again, Bumblebee comes from the CRPA conglomerate of river packers, and it was under the leadership of Andrew B. Hammond, and the Bumblebee brand itself was introduced in 1910. So let's go ahead and get started on that. The salmon packets are black. Well, I'm not. The only reason I'm more hopeful about this is that it's got chipotle in it. So chipotle, chipotle should save anything. I think it depends on the chipotle. Why is this? It gives you a thing to tear it, but it stops at a certain point. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now let's rescue our spork. There we go. Cute as hell. And it's red. Whose favorite color is red? I don't know. Do you think it might be Satan? I think it might be. I want this open. I don't think it's resealable. There's two places to tear it. So one is to get to the spork, and the other one is to get to the tuna. All right, here we go. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. So it's like, it smells like tuna. Let's see if we can see that. It's like someone made like tuna salad and just smushed it. But I don't know if it has anything besides the tuna and the chipotle. Let's see. Ingredients: light tuna, water, distilled vinegar, red bell pepper. Oh, it's got a lot of stuff in it. Red bell pepper, tomato paste, tomato concentrate, citric acid. There's the citric acid. Sugar, salt, maltodextrin, ground chipotle pepper, smoked paprika, onion juice, concentrate, modified cornstarch, natural flavors, garlic juice, concentrate, citric acid. So there's a lot of stuff in it. It's not just tuna and chipotle. There's some other stuff in it as well. Apparently, it's wild caught tuna, lean protein, gluten free. I don't know how an animal could have gluten, but that whatever. All right, let's see. I'll try some of this. Like cat food. Tastes like tuna. I'm not a big fan of tuna. Now, I take that back. I'm not a big fan of this kind of tuna, like ahi tuna. I love ahi tuna. I love like tuna in sushi rolls, but this, not really. It's kind of almost like a little gritty. Like you have that, it's kind of fibrous and gritty. It's like wood pulp, texture of wood pulp. There's not enough chipotle flavor to save this. Um, I have to be unbiased eating this. I have to be unbiased, and I have to say, I have to clear my mind of my bias towards tuna fish. Say, but how is it? How is it as a tuna with chipotle? I don't know. I kind of wish they used more chipotle. I'm not really getting a lot of the other flavors that are in there. So it's still a strong tuna taste. It's okay, I think. I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. What this would be good for is, and I don't know if you guys have ever done this, is if you take tuna and then mix it with whatever you want to mix it with. You can mix it with, like sometimes I mix it with grated cheese, a little mustard, some black pepper, and some onion. I kind of mix that all up. And then what I'll do is I'll take a tomato, I'll cut the top off the tomato, I'll hollow the tomato out, I'll put the tuna in there, and then I'll put that in the oven and bake that. Do it with peppers as well. I like stuff the tuna into a pepper, like a bell pepper. You can do it in a jalapeno pepper too. That would be really good, I think. But I like tuna like that. Sometimes put some breadcrumbs in there as well. But stuffed in a fruit or vegetable, I think is really nice. I like it like that. But just like this, maybe it would be good in a sandwich, but it still needs something. It needs texture, it needs crunchiness. Some chips. Put some chips in there. Maybe some of those Lotte tortilla chips would be good in there. But just by itself, I don't know. The heat from the chipotle does come in afterwards, so it does kind of creep up on you. Yeah, thumbs in the middle on that. A little bit of mayo. That would be nice. Celery, pickles, slice of cheese, and grilled up. Yeah, perfect. So this needs celery, pickles, and some cheese. It doesn't have to be a slice of cheese. You could use grated cheese. Put grated cheese in there, and that would be just as good. But it just needs something else. It's like it's too tuna-y. So there you go. Tuna ice cream. Have I ever had a fish ice cream? I have had pork blood ice cream, but I've never had a fish-based ice cream. I think if I was going to make tuna ice cream, I would use like ahi. I don't know if I would even like grill it. I don't even know if I would cook it. I'm not sure how that would taste. Well, we did. You know what? I take that back. So John, we did oyster ice cream. We made oyster ice cream. So I've had oyster ice cream twice. Once was my friend Kyle Schutte. He used to work at I can't remember the name of the restaurant that was on. I want to say it was on either Sunset or Hollywood Boulevard. It was 24 something. I can't remember the name of it. Was the name of the address, and he made oyster ice cream. So basically, he sous vide the oysters in cream, and then he made it with like liquid nitrogen to quickly chill it. It was really, really good. He was really clever with it. We did a blog article on it, but this was years and years and years ago, so we didn't do a video on it. And then the second time, we do actually have a video for it. It was I want to say it was a 4th of July episode or Independence Day episode that we did with Noelle Carter, where she made her version of oyster ice cream. That was really, really good as well. Janice, if you can do that, can you find the Independence Day episode we did with Noelle Carter where we made oyster ice cream? Let's see if I can at least narrow it down to when it was. It was Rocky Mountain oysters, oyster stout. We did a lot of oyster stuff. Let's see. Independence Day special oyster ice cream. It was 2019. So Janice, see if you can find in our Independence Day episode 2019 where we made oyster ice cream with Noelle Carter and put up the link for that. And then John, you can see what that's like. And I imagine tuna ice cream wouldn't be much different. I would not want to use this kind of tuna for a tuna ice cream. I would want to use something either I want to say raw, either like sushi grade tuna. I would use that, or I would use something that's like lightly braised in the cream, and I would use that. I would use those two things, but I don't think I would use this kind of tuna fish, something like that, and it would probably be okay. Let's see. We're asking about. Oh, Julie said I had an oyster shot last weekend at OOB. Old Orchard Beach, Maine. Oyster, Tito's, horseradish, and tomato juice. Now, that really sounds like what you would eat, like if you're going to eat a raw oyster, the stuff that you would put on a raw oyster, which is you know, with the exception of the Tito's vodka, but you would put like they put horseradish on it, they put cocktail sauce on it, and lemon juice on it. Is usually what people do when they eat raw oysters. I just like raw oysters the way they are. I just love the flavor of a raw oyster just the way they are, and eat it that way. Yeah, that also sounds good. Way too much vodka. Yeah, any vodka in a oyster shooter would be too much for me, I think. So, and yes, hello, Pierre Alexander Clement. So, if I'm pronouncing your name correct, Pierre Alexander Clement, I think. Pierre, I know that you leave a lot of comments on our YouTube episodes, and they're usually that comment, the two hearts. So thank you for watching, and thank you for participating. And it's good to have you here today. So thank you. Let's see. Must be nice to be young, Migs. Took me a week to recover. All right. What do we have? We got one left? We have one left. Oh, didn't read the card. So let's read the card. Question was, what type of flowers produce vanilla pods? And let's see what the guesses were. Miguel Rangel said vanilla bean. Well, that's sort of true and sort of not true. That's the seed pod. So like the tamarind, vanilla bean is the same thing. It's a seed pod, but it's not the kind of flower that it comes in. Janice Yamanaka says orchid. That looks like the 998 squad. I'm going to get to you in a second here. That looks like the only guesses. And yes, Janice, you're correct. It is from orchid. They come from vanilla pods come from orchid. I think it's a tree, if I'm not mistaken, but they come from orchids. So they're very expensive. It's real vanilla is very expensive. Fake vanilla or artificial vanilla, they usually use coumadin, and coumadin is a blood thinner. But they use coumadin because flavor-wise, it has the flavor of vanilla. So just keep that in mind the next time you're buying artificial vanilla coloring or flavoring, that you're actually buying like coumadin, which is a blood thinner. It's probably not good for you to use a lot of that. Okay, so let's see. We got one snack left. Let's go ahead and read. Let's put this up here. Here. Get your giggles in now. Get them out of your system. I wish I was young. I wish I was. Wait. Hang on a second, Miguel. I wish I was young, 31, and trust me, I feel it. Dude, I am more than twice your age, Miguel. And I don't feel it. Some days I feel it, but most of the time I don't. What is tofu made from? Simple question, right? What is tofu made from? All right, let's put that over there. Let's get into this. And these are Takis. Now, these are hot nuts. Now, they used to be, the company that owns Takis is called Barcel. So they used to be called Barcel hot nuts, but now they're going with the Takis brand because Takis is more popular than just the company name, which is Barcel. So Barcel, let's see, it was created as a division of Bimbo, not Bimbo, Bimbo. It was created as a division of Bimbo. And remember, we've done Bimbo products before. It was basically formed as a collective in Mexico City to sell sliced white bread. But Barcel was created as a division of Bimbo in 1978. They also make Takis, but it is based in Lerma, Mexico. This is a product of Mexico. And these are Takis hot nuts. They used to be Barcel hot nuts. They are now Takis hot nuts Flare, chili pepper and lime, artificially flavored double crunch peanut. A lot to take in there. We're going to head into these and try. Let's see. Easy open. Let's see if they're telling the truth. No, they are not telling the truth. It is not easy open. It is the valve-proof. It is valve-proof opening. Oh, wait, a little tab there. There we go. Easy opening, impossible to close. So I imagine these are like Japanese peanuts. And I know we've done Japanese peanuts on the show before. I think they call them like japonés or something like that in Mexican and Spanish. Hot take, pocket chips are the king of flavored corn chips. I have not tried. Julie, what was the one that you sent me the other day and asked me if I tried it? It sounded really good. It was like some sort of tropical flavor. It sounded really, really good. I love their it's haunted ghost pepper is what they call it. Haunted ghost pepper. I love those chips. They're Julie, you and I ate the haunted ghost pepper chips when we did the Pringles hot ones. Remember, we had a package of the Pocky haunted ghost pepper chips, and they were really, really good. They're really hot. I can very seldom, even like the small bags, very seldom can I finish it in one sitting, just because it takes its toll on your mouth. But Pocky chips are really, really good. I have not had that other one. Julie, what was it? Tropical heat. I gotta find those. I have not been able to find those. Hey, Sonic Jet has just walked into the room. Welcome, Sonic. Good to have you here. We have another 15 minutes here, but you're always welcome. So good to see you again. All right, let's do this. It looks like they're coated with the flaming hot stuff, but they also have that shell on them, like Japanese peanuts. Oh my God. You hearing that? Yeah, Jules, I love those. But again, I haven't had. Did you try the tropical ones, Jules? Maybe. I'm trying to remember how many varieties they have of it. Maybe we should do a live stream where we're just doing Pocky chips. Now, Pocky is also the ones that do the hot chip challenge. I would not eat more than one of those. Yes, Janice, I'm eating rocks. These are really crunchy. John, it is not a good idea for humans to consume dog food. Dog food is okay for dogs because of the way their digestive tract works. But because digestive tract works different, you can get really, really sick from eating dog food. Cat food too, especially cat food. So it's not a good idea. Maybe beef ice cream. Yeah, beef ice cream. That sounds interesting. Or pork ice cream. That sounds really, really good. Chicken ice cream, not so much. Pork ice cream sounds like it could work. I mean, bacon works in ice cream. Why would pork not work in ice cream? Oh my God, that's crunchy. These are a little odd. They're really sweet. They're exceptionally crunchy. They have a heat to them, but the heat builds, comes in afterwards. When it comes back with a vengeance. So when it comes back strong, sits on your tongue. It's kind of powdery, like on the shell. It's kind of powdery. It doesn't taste too artificial. I don't know if it said artificially. It did say artificially flavored, I think. Yeah, artificially flavored. I don't know what part was artificial. Maybe the lime, they may use citric acid to mimic the lime. Maybe they're using something to mimic the chili pepper, but it has heat. They could be using capsaicin. I'm lucky I have good teeth. I have one cavity that I got when I was 23 years old. And to this day, I question whether I had a cavity or the dentist had a BMW payment to make. These are nice. I like these. Limburger cheese ice cream. That could work. That could definitely work. John, I think my next investment is probably going to be an ice cream machine, and we can do stuff like that. John, do me a favor. The Limburger cheese ice cream. Can you go to the community page, and we have our suggestion box? Can you add that Limburger cheese ice cream to the suggestion box? I think we're going to make that. Why is your screen jumping? Well, for the same reason it was jumping last time. I don't know. I tried to download an app that was supposed to fix that, and it didn't fix it. It's not that bad today, so it happens like every couple of minutes, maybe. There goes another one. But it was maybe a week, no, 2 weeks ago, because I think it was fine last week, no problem last week. I think 2 weeks ago it was like this all the time. It was really annoying, and to the point where I had to start another live stream, and even then it didn't go away. So I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's happening. It's really annoying. Yeah, I will try to get to the bottom of it. Again, I downloaded an app that was supposed to fix it, and it doesn't. So I don't really know what's going on here. I wish I lived in Minnesota or somewhere where it's cool. Yeah, Miguel, I loved living up north, where I get 4 distinct seasons. Like even Portland, Oregon, it's mild, but they still have a winter. They still have a fall where you have foliage, and you still have spring where everything starts turning green, and you still have a summer which is decent. I mean, you have days up. I think the first year we moved up there in July, and the second weekend we were there, it hit 105. So get heat, get cold, get your 4 distinct seasons. I miss having 4 distinct seasons living here in the LA area. So for me, I'm kind of disappointed by that. But Val's Taco Food Truck. It's a lot of work. I wouldn't mind, because I would have to do something unusual, Sonic, but it's a lot of work. It's like every time my friends who are chefs, I say, like, hey, what advice would you have for somebody going to open up a restaurant or a food truck? And they go like, don't do it. Wow. A food truck would be cool, as seen on YouTube. There we go. We'll do our weekly snacks out of our food truck. Did you hear about those aliens that landed in Las Vegas and the ones that crossed the border? Miguel, the ones that landed in Las Vegas said there's a video. It doesn't look like a big spaceship or anything. There's just something that comes out of the sky. It looks like maybe they lit something on fire and it came down. Supposedly it landed in somebody's yard. Supposedly they called the sheriff. Supposedly the sheriff came and said, yeah, there's something weird going on back there, and there's a big 8-foot being or creature or whatever in the backyard. But somehow, miraculously, there's no video of it. No one thought to take pictures of it. The people who in the house whose yard it landed in, the sheriff, nobody thought to take a picture of it. So I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, video or it didn't happen. Joe Boo needs a refill. There we go. All righty, let's go back to our. Oh, I got Daddy's root beer all over the place. Oh, that's not your dad's root beer. Never mind. All right, our question was, what is tofu made from? And the guesses were, I see something that says deep dish pizza, but that wasn't it. Why am I not scrolling? Why won't this scroll? Oh, there we go. Let's see. What is tofu made from? Okay, here we go. Ice Hand said soy. Janice Yamanaka said soybeans. Julie says fermented soybeans. Yeah, you're all correct. It's soybeans. Not too difficult, right? All right, so we are done with that. Now it is time. It is time on Trippy Food when we do our goop melange. So get our little thing ready. I wish I could put this up somewhere where you guys can see that, but it'll have to do. All right, so let's start with. Well, let's do these. I'm not going to break these apart because I need a sledgehammer. And our Koala's March little cookies. I'm going to leave. I mean, these are small enough. I think you're just going to leave these whole. See, do they have the same picture on them, or are they different? They're different, I think. They are. The little koalas on the pictures are different. Ah, try to kill himself. Yeah, they're different. All right. Let's see. Our Alani new stevia rings. These I will cut up. Let's do one of the mango strawberry ones. I scrolled off the screen. Hang on, let me get that back. There we go. Post-retirement idea. How old do you think I am? Well, actually, I'm getting close to there. You're right. Truck RV, so travel and food. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. So forget space aliens. We have enough strange beings on Earth. Yeah, that's for sure, Sonic. Let's see. What am I missing here? Oh, yeah, the tuna. I didn't think this out too well. I did not think this out too well. Well, I got to be professional. The gummy rings will cushion the hot nuts. Maybe so. Take the YouTube map icon and paint it on a black van and just offer some of the interesting dishes and regular fast food dishes for the public. I would love to eat it. Yeah, but we're talking about expense and making sure that we have an audience. So these are the pretzel sticks, the pickle pretzel sticks. I like pickles and pretzels, so I will eat these later, but a little disappointed that they don't have as much that pack a punch in the flavor department. No, they don't. I wish they did, but they don't. See how we do on time? We got 4 minutes. We're good. We are fine. Julie, you can drive the van. Why does she have to drive the van? You get a driver to drive the van. All right, this one's going to be tough. The tamarind. Let's see if we can do this. I'm getting that stringy stuff out of there. All right, here we go. I think I'm going to try to get the seed out. See if we can cut into that and get the seed out. There we go, sort of. This is sticky as hell. Oh, it's really sticky. All right, it's not going to be perfect. I would do another piece, but it's too much work. It's not worth it. It is a strong enough taste. It should be fine as is. Not looking forward to that tuna in there. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you goop melange. I just yelled out the cold thing. That's funny. Okay, so there's a clash of textures in here. Something in here tastes like it has alcohol in it. I think it's probably the gummy rings. Somehow almost tastes like it has alcohol in it. The tamarind, the little bit of tamarind I put in there is really, really strong. So we can add that tartness from the tamarind. Get the crunchiness from the peanuts. A little bit of spiciness from the spicy stuff. Not too crazy. But the problem is, hey, Grub Warp, how you doing? Glad you could join us. Here's the big problem with this. It is tart. Yeah, the whole thing is tart. From that little bit of tamarind, it makes the whole thing tart. So the gummies are just, they don't add too much like fruit flavor in there. It's mostly texture. But what happens is the aftertaste is tuna. And that's not good. Now, if you have people that regularly come over to your house that you don't like coming over to your house, I recommend that you make this as a snack. I promise you they won't come back. It is tarty, tarty, tart, tart. Yes. I don't use any of the services, Sonic. I'll go get it myself because I just, if I order something and then it shows up and it's not right, it's a waste of my time. So I don't use DoorDash or Grubhub or Postmates or Uber Eats. I mean, kudos to those who do, especially people who live, far away and don't have transportation. Then kudos to them. You're probably asking me, Val, if that tastes so bad, why are you finishing it? I'm committed. No, I should be committed. I don't like waste. And sometimes after that third or fourth taste, things change and they get better. Sometimes. Not today. That sucked. Flat thumbs down. No two ways about it. All right. That tuna, man. Tuna ruined it. It's my own fault. So, John, if you go to the main page, the main Trippy Food page on YouTube, and you look at the top, there's some tabs in the top, and one of them says Community. If you click on the Community tab and you scroll down, one of the postings is a suggestion box. I'll pin that so that it shows up at the top all the time, but it's in there. So go to the main page, click on the Community tab, scroll down, you'll find a suggestion box there, John. All right, that's a thumbs down. So once again, I thank you guys for joining us today. It was Father's Day, and I know a lot of you were doing fatherly-like things with your fathers or without your fathers. Again, it was nice to be able to spend the time with you, whether you're a father or not. We are all inclusive here, and just glad you could join us. So thank you so much. If you guys have other events to go to or other things to do today, for some people it's a long weekend. I have Monday off for Juneteenth, so I'm not working tomorrow. So for me, it's a long weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. So maybe you guys have a 3-day weekend as well. Either way, enjoy it. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. If not, enjoy what's left of your Sunday. Also, yes, thank you, John. Tom. Thank you, Tom. Tom is just reminding us that Tom and I am joining Tom and the Old Guy Radio Players at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We are doing a old time radio show that Tom wrote. It's like it takes place in 1947, and so we're doing it like a radio show, and so everything that we do, everything we say, it all has to be as if we were doing it in 1947. So definitely check that out. Tom just posted the link for that. Definitely check that out. It's a lot of fun. We've been rehearsing this one for weeks, and I really like it, and it's a lot of fun for me to do. So if you want to see me be Pudgy Coinbridge from New York, who has this kind of sort of Jewish Italian accent or something, it really kind of sounds like Bugs Bunny. Then that's one of the characters I play, and then I'm also the announcer. But it is so much fun, and I think you guys are gonna love it. We're doing it live, so tune in at 5. Tom posted the link there. Old Guy in Colorado posted the link there, so check that out. Also check out other people's channels. We had the Trips join us. We had not seen in a while. Steve from the Trips was here. Janice, of course, is here. A lot of other channels. Be sure to check out those channels. If you don't know who they are, go to our main page at the bottom, featured channels. Go in there, and we recommend everyone that's in there. We would not recommend to you anybody in there that we didn't love ourselves. So go down there. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. If you have not, make sure you like the videos. Also, I mentioned this last week, we are about like maybe between 2 and 4 followers away from 1,000 in Instagram. So if you have an Instagram account and you have not followed us on Instagram, please do so. It is Val_Trippy Food, all one word, Trippy Food. Val_Trippy Food. Would really appreciate that. Nothing special is going to happen to us if we get to 1,000. It's just a nice number to get to on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram and you have not followed us on there, please do so. Other than that, I'm glad you could join us. I love your air conditioners company. You know your room is cool. You're healthy. Okay. Haven't had to use it yet, but that's coming up. So again, thank you all. Happy Father's Day for those of you who have a reason to celebrate Father's Day, and have a great Sunday for those who don't. Thank you once again for joining us. Again, high point of my week. Always the case. High point of my week. We'll have some special things coming up. Glad you could all join us. And thank you for being here. So just remember that it's crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.